following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Sicilian Corner, winner of the Italian Heritage Media Award, with your hosts, Tom Zappola and Mike Lomazzo.
APB. Where the hell is Mikey?
Yeah, this is him.
Mikey, you look pretty good.
He's beautiful.
Mikey, you look pretty goddamn good. I got to tell you.
Thank you. It's Pride Week.
So maybe this guy, Mikey's in drag.
Yes.
Oh.
It's Pride Month.
Mikey's in drag.
So
Mikey,
here
you
I
look
am.
great.
Thank you.
No, Mikey is again MIA. No, he's not MIA. He's not the vacation. He takes a damn vacation.
Like every other week?
Every other week.
How many weeks off does he get for the show? I mean, he must get like 6 weeks.
You know, I'm gonna go to Human Resources about that.
Yeah, I think we should.
I'm going to freaking Human Resources.
Whoever that is.
He takes more goddamn time off than anyone.
I've signed a contract for 10 weeks of vacation, so I hope you're okay with that.
You really have?
Yes.
Another one, huh?
I'm trying to get mine passed.
Gonna hang out on your dock.
I'm trying to get mine passed. I want 6 months every 6 months.
There you go. That's fine. That works.
Summer's off.
All right, listen. This is an old dear friend. All the Sicilian.
with the old.
Well, no, yeah, actually, she's a beautiful friend.
I got that Oprah lighting on right now.
Hey,
From the old studio. Yeah, some of you guys remember the Valley Girls.
Yes.
With Lysa. So I got a question.
Valley Girls.
Is it Lysa Pellitier-Gibbs, Lysa Pellitier, Lysa Gibbs, or Lysa Gibbs Pellitier? What is it?
I would go with the top three.
Lysa Pellitier-Gibbs.
Yeah, good.
Lysa Pellitier.
Fabulous.
Or Lysa.
Elisa Gibbs.
All
Not
right.
the last one. So, got married. My husband's like, Pellitier is such a great name. I'm a photo stylist in my agency. I was under Pellitier. So he's like, keep your Pellitier for work and Gibbs on the side when you're married. So my checkbook says Pellitier-Gibbs, but work is Pellitier. But, you know, it depends on what mood I'm in, too.
That's like you know what Ellen's maiden name is? And on her bank, on all of our checking accounts, and her license, because when we fly, Ellen's her maiden name is Wolfslegel.
Who?
Ooh, wow, that's a mouthful.
Wolfslegel.
Is that German?
German.
Yes.
German and Irish. But she has to go by the name Ellen Wolfslegel
Zappola.
Wow.
That's a tongue twister.
That doesn't fit on any ID.
Pretty freaking hairy, I'm telling you.
How about this couple my mother knew? Dickie Noseworthy went out with Margie Toothaker.
No, you're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding you. This was a couple my mother knew.
oh my goodness.
Can you imagine Noseworthy Toothaker as your maiden and married names?
That's crazy.
So anyway, Pellitier-Gibbs is good.
All right.
Yeah,
So
it's passport.
Lysa Pellitier-Gibbs is in the
Yes.
studio. Now, we've asked Lysa to come in because there's about 4 or 5 different reasons why, but
Thank you.
You have a new YouTube show.
Podcast YouTube.
Called Senior Moments.
Yeah. Senior Moments, yeah.
Senior Moments.
I can tell you what the handle is on Instagram.
Well, that'd be nice.
It's called Senior Moments Podcast, if you want to follow me on Instagram. And if you want to email me with, seniors in your life that you'd love to get interviewed, my email address is myseniormomentspodcast, which is really long, but it's the only one I could find, at gmail.com.
Okay, now wait a second. Let's talk about the show.
Yeah.
The show, you're interviewing seniors.
Seniors.
Is there an age, cutoff?
Before I did this, I went and Googled, when does everyone think they're a senior? And a lot of articles said, the minute you start collecting Social Security.
Well, that's freaking bull.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I want senior citizens who are old enough that they have so much wisdom and so many stories to tell. And I just feel like seniors in general just get a bad rap. And especially in this country. In a lot of countries, they take care of the seniors. They live with family. They're the authority figure. They are, idolized.
So you're talking about life lessons. You're talking
wisdom.
about. You're not talking about. I have to get a prescription in for my blood pressure medication.
No, I
Right.
want these people celebrated in life, and I want everyone to hear their stories because there's so much to learn from them, and they're so damn interesting. You know, like I remember going to a nursing home when my kids were small because they were like doing Christmas carols.
Yeah.
And this one woman wheeled herself in, and she was decked fashion-wise. I said, this is going to be me, right? She had the necklaces, the flowers, and I was like, maybe she was a buyer for Jordan Marsh. Maybe she was a model, but nobody knows right now.
Yeah, see, that's cool. That's really cool.
Should we show people what it's about? We may have pulled.
We got a clip?
Yes, absolutely. That would be great.
All right. Let's
See,
give
we
everyone-
know what the hell we're doing.
Yes.
Yeah, we can tell everyone about it, but let's show them.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Right now, because I need to get slapped in the face once in a while when I'm feeling
Wow.
down about getting old and aging, because it doesn't come with a booklet. And and stuff happens when you get older. That it's not great though.
It's not great, but you know what? You were lucky to get this.
It's better than the alternative.
Yeah,
I know.
considering my father always used to say, "Getting old is tougher,"
That's
but
cool.
considering the alternative, I'll take it.
Exactly.
He was a wise man. He was a very wise.
So
Aw.
that's cool.
Elaine, my buddy.
That's cool. So you go to nursing homes, you go to people's houses, you're just all over the place.
Right now, I have a list of people that have just come through that I know, like Elaine is a buddy from yoga. She's 85 and she cured all her ailments and is off all her medicine just because of Bikram yoga.
See, that's the stuff that you want to hear.
So many people have watched it and already texted me and said, I got to do this yoga. I mean, people of all ages. And I do it, and it's changed my life. So that was a reason why I really wanted Elaine. And then Cookie, my latest, is just this iconic woman from Andover. I've already have 2 other ones in the bag. So I have a list of seniors that I want to get in touch with, number one, that I know.
Yeah.
And people are now calling me and saying, you've got to interview my aunt. You've got to interview my grandmother.
What about men? Are you doing any men?
Oh my God, I just went to Dunkin' Donuts in North Andover 3 weeks ago, and my friend's dad gets together with like 6 or 7 of
That's
them
cool.
every morning.
That's cool. Very cool.
But 3 of them left when I showed up. They got nervous.
Did they really?
Yeah, one of them did it in full eyeglasses, like he was Tom Cruise. He didn't want to be recognized. I was like, okay, but these men are, I mean, I want it to be couples, men. You know, my mom's from 11, and there's only 6 left. And so I want those 6 surviving siblings to get together in a room, and I want to interview how is it like growing up with 11 kids?
Very cool.
So I have a laundry list.
So when you meet with a senior,
Yes.
is it scripted or is it like just we're having conversations like you and I are doing right now?
It's pretty much like we're doing, but I just did this.
You have
one
some
wo-
bullets.
I have bullet points. Like this one woman I just did is the oldest living liver transplant in the country. So, and I don't want to talk to them beforehand.
That's
I just
good.
want to know, all right, did you have kids? She was a theologist. She got her doctorate in theology. Just bullet points, and then I just go nuts.
Do some of them use some salty language? Are they funny? Do they have sense?
Yes, and I want that.
That's good.
Like grumpy old men.
That's good.
Yes.
That's
And we love it.
That's exactly what you want.
Yes.
So the name of the show is Senior Moments.
Yep.
And it can be seen on YouTube. People can subscribe to your YouTube channel.
Yes, or they can go on Instagram, Senior Moments Podcast, or my personal Instagram, which is LYSAPG, Lysa Pellitier-Gibbs.
I got you.
And they can see it there. I post it there too because it's like my work, my podcast, my family. It's like a plethora of stuff. But I love seniors. And you know what? We're all going to be there. Some of us are already there. And the journey is
Can I tell you
the
something?
journey is tough.
Can I tell you something, honest to God?
It's hard.
I've talked about it with my co-workers here.
It's so hard.
This is, I'm going to be 70 in 2 weeks.
I heard.
And this is, I have
Are you freaking out?
I've never had an issue with any birthday. This one here has got me a little
Tom, I just had a
frazzled.
big one. And it was
It's
bad.
got me frazzled a little bit.
The day before, I was not good. But
Yeah.
then I'm like, I'm so lucky I'm alive.
Well, I feel the same.
Right?
Listen, honest to God, Lisa, I feel like I just came from the doctors, so
Everything's fine.
not only that, but I'm in better physical shape now, other than at my RA, than I was 10
Yes.
years ago.
Yes.
You know, I'm biking 60 miles, 70 miles a week.
my
I
God.
love it. But that 70-year-old
It's the number.
David is really
Chill. It's just a
No,
number, man.
I know.
But
Just
when
a
you
number.
it's going in the mirror every morning, you're like, what's that? Like for 10 years, I'm like, what is that? How come that wasn't there? You know what I mean? Like if you do change.
You do.
But you have to just mentally get around it.
You're right.
Or else you're going to get
No,
depressed.
that I'm not. But I mean, as I said, once the birthday happens,
Yes.
I'll be fine.
And the thing is, staying connected.
It's keeping your mind sharp.
The number one thing for seniors, staying connected, physical activity, move. Like Elaine says, move.
Absolutely.
If you can go around the block once, go twice and see if you can do it.
Absolutely.
Move. Mental stability games.
That's huge.
Community is like beyond. Community for us. Like if we haven't seen our friends or family in a long time, it gets to people.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you guys are still pups, both of you.
I was about to say, I was going to try and be like, I have a big one next year too, but now I don't want to say what
30?
it is.
Exactly. No.
30.
Big deal.
40.
Yeah, that's nothing. 40.
I wish.
I was 40.
like, I'm
30.
sorry.
Excuse me.
I wish.
I was there 30 years ago.
I know. That's why I didn't chime in at first.
I wasn't
going
going
to
to. I wasn't going to do
I'm
the math. I don't do math on Tuesdays.
David, you're in your 50s, right?
I'll be 56 in August.
Oh,
Nice.
So you've got a ways.
Yeah.
Nice.
You've got a ways.
50s were fabulous.
Yeah, I'm having a great time.
50s were fabulous.
60s were fabulous.
Really? Tell me.
60s, I'm telling you, 60s have been great.
Yeah.
And honestly, as long as I have my health, I'm 70s, man, we're going for it.
The thing is, I think it's different for women. I really do, and I hate to be biased like that, but we expect to like look fabulous, be fabulous till we're freaking 100.
Well, that's, something, with all due respect.
Well,
and
you're going pretty well,
Oh,
if I do say
thank
so.
you.
No, but something, she's making a point, and I know.
I mean, you know what I mean.
I
It's
know our viewers are really not going to like me to say this. but
Social media.
Women do physically. I think men change differently than women when they get older.
Oh my God! It sounds like he wants to say something bad.
No, I'm just saying it's just different. It's different.
It's just the standards are held differently too.
Exactly.
A man gets older and they're like,
No,
he
that's
gets more
true.
handsome, more distinguished, and then they just start
Yeah.
railing on women like, oh, she's got wrinkles.
I know.
now.
Yeah,
What
right.
I have a question about for men aging, or not even for aging.
I don't miss when I pee.
You don't miss.
I don't miss.
Do you
Yet.
pee all night long though?
Once.
Oh, you're lucky.
Once.
I'm peeing right now.
I got a bucket.
What
before
was
the
I
show.
going to
It's fine.
say?
She's fine.
Why do men of all ages not go to the doctors when they're supposed to?
Because they had.
What do you have any insight? My husband is notorious.
Can I tell you something? I have been asked that question. Let me give you some background. I
Okay.
have RA. I have rheumatoid arthritis.
Oh my God! So does my mom.
I've had it for 22 years.
Yes.
That for me has been a blessing in disguise.
To go to the doctor more.
So what happened was this. I am fanatical about my health.
Mm-hmm.
I always have been for the last 25 years. And I mean that.
Right.
I'm always researching. My doctor and I are we're on the same level where he'll make a recommendation and I'll say, I don't think so.
Yeah.
How about trying this? He'll say,
That's not a
something?
bad idea.
Not a bad idea.
Right.
Let's try it. Point being is that
But you have a good relationship with your doctor, number one.
well, I do, but keep this in mind. I have complete blood work 3 times a year.
Yeah.
Which is, for me, that's huge. So I know exactly
What's going on.
What's going on, including the cholesterol and other crap.
Yeah.
So that's big.
So if there's a red flag, you know.
I'm on it.
From your blood work.
I'm on it. Most men are deathly afraid. My friends, my brother, Al, if you're listening.
But they could be dying of something.
They would rather not know. It's the mental part of it, David.
Yeah, I don't know why it is, but yeah, there are a lot of
Are you
men-
like that, Dave?
I'm not. No, I go.
You're
I go every year.
proactive.
He's got a doctor checking him out right now as we speak.
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, you're very proactive.
I am, but a lot of guys are not, and mostly your generation. I would say my generation a little less, and then generation before
Yes.
even less. Fortunately, but there's
But
a lot of
getting
guys.
better.
You know what they say? I don't want to know.
That's exactly.
That's what guys say.
I'm going to give you an example. Now, you guys know I've been looking pretty good. I'm feeling good, except for one thing. What, David?
Your hands.
My hands.
Fingers.
My hands.
You look like you're in pain.
For the last month and a half. So my hands have really been acting up.
And do you get the nodules?
Oh, yeah. Look at it. Nowhere near as bad, but I'm going to tell you why.
I have to tell you, my mother's getting surgery right now for a nodule on her elbow.
Not having any of that, don't have to. But my hands have really been bothering me. Physically, the rest of my body, not one ache anywhere except my hands. So my doctor, who we have he's the head of rheumatology at Beth Israel Hospital.
Nice.
He said to me, I think I want to raise, I'm on Xeljanz. You've seen the commercial.
Yeah.
He says, I think I want to raise the Xeljanz. I says, no. I said, I don't want you to do that. He said, why? Because I enjoy my 2 martinis every night.
And then you can't drink.
And I can't drink at all. No, I can drink, but it'll elevate my liver enzymes. And we all know that. I says, nope, not going to happen. We have to find an alternative. He says, well, you can take ibuprofen. I said, I do take ibuprofen, but. So I called him 4 days ago. I said, look, I am very sensitive to prednisone. Very sensitive.
A lot of people.
No, which means for me, I says, what do you think about me going on a low dose of prednisone, 4 milligrams, for 4 or 5 days while to get stabilized again?
To drink.
No, not to drink. I drink anyways. But no, to stabilize.
That's the problem.
And once I stabilize, I'll use it intermittently going forward. He said, great idea. I started it 5 days ago.
You're good.
Do you feel all right?
Nothing.
Good.
Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. Now, I'll be like this for another week. Then I'm
start again.
Then I'll take a couple of weeks off, see what happens, because sometimes it'll last a long time.
Yeah.
And then when I have a problem, just 4 milligrams. You have to stay under 5 milligrams. You don't have there's no side effects.
Right.
No weight gain, nothing.
That's a tough drug to take, so you're doing it the
you
right
have to
way.
do it the right way.
Yeah.
All right, listen, we'll take a break now. When we come back, I want to talk about something that's a little sensitive. No, seriously. It's a little sensitive to you because you were a part of what was almost a tragedy about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, was a tragedy actually.
And
for this area.
For this area, but you were right in the thick of it.
Yeah.
We want to talk about that.
No worries.
Okay, hang in there. We'll be right back. Lysa is in the house.
Yeah, baby.
Ciao, this is Esther of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
Looking for that something special? All of us here at the Sicilian Corner suggest trying Ristorante Uno, located at 119 Salem Street in Boston's historic North End. For the most exquisite dining experience in an intimate setting that serves authentic regional Italian cuisine and features old country service. Try Ristorante Uno. Did we mention their award-winning wine cellar? Ristorante Uno, 119 Salem Street in Boston's historic North End. Call 617-573-9406 for reservations. That's 617-573-9406. Tell them the boys from the Sicilian Corner sent you.
Today, Lawrence General Hospital has affiliations with leading Boston academic medical centers. Top specialists from Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center and Floating Hospital for Children at Tufts Medical Center work with our local doctors to bring world-class care close to home. Today, amazing partnerships are happening at Lawrence General Hospital. To learn more, visit lawrencegeneral.org/today.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine is pleased to announce the opening of their American College of Radiology accredited MRI unit at their location at 16 Pelham Road in Salem, New Hampshire. So now, in addition to receiving the best orthopedic care in the Merrimack Valley, as well as physical and occupational therapy at Optima Sports Therapy and Rehab, you can also have your MRI, all in one convenient location. The doctors and staff of Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine have been dedicated to providing outstanding medical care to the Merrimack Valley in southern New Hampshire since 1984. Located on Route 97, just off Exit 2 from Route 93 North, on the second floor of the Workout Club of Salem. You deserve the best care, and that's exactly what you'll get from the board-certified surgeons at Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine. Please call 603-898-2244 to schedule an appointment.
A loyal sponsor for the Sicilian Corner is Hilton Oil Company. Hilton Oil has been located right across from the South Lawrence Common since 1932 at 101 South Union Street. Hilton Oil Company specializes in 24-hour burner service, oil deliveries, including automatic deliveries serving all the Merrimack Valley area, plus portions of southern New Hampshire. If you want your car fixed right the first time, bring it to Hilton's state-of-the-art service station. Remember, Hilton's is also a Mass State Inspection Station. Hilton Oil Company, 101 South Union Street in Lawrence. Call 978-687-9793.
This is Cindy
and Mike Kunstler,
owners of Grazie Italian Restaurant in Dracut, Massachusetts,
the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
In addition to spectacular views overlooking our golf course, we have an incredible Italian chef, Benny Curti.
Benny was born and raised in Italy and came to be our executive chef in 2013.
Benny is so passionate about cooking. If you haven't experienced the food at Grazie Italian Restaurant, you're truly in for a treat.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club.
Okay, we are back. We are chatting with Lysa Pellitier-Gibbs from
my hair for this
Senior Moment,
Jesus.
Formerly of Valley Girls. Hey, by the way, you're listening to us on WCAP 980. You can listen to us, listen to the podcast on Facebook Live, YouTube, Spotify, Alexa, iHeartRadio, or any podcast platform that you have. So subscribe to our YouTube channel.
I'm so happy for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, the Sicilian Corner. Yeah. I'm Sicilian for a day.
You know, we've been on the air. This is our 21st year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I remember the days, Valley Girls with the late Lou. Is Lou still alive? Yeah. Yes, right?
Stop. Hi, Lou.
Did you see his new look?
I did see his new look.
Kind of interesting.
I mean, I understand covering gray, so I do.
Mike Lomazzo did that once. I never told you this, Chrissy. This was hysterical.
Oh, boy.
Mikey, probably going back about...
He looks so natural with gray hair.
I know that.
He
8 years ago, right? He walks into the studio
stop.
with black hair. He dyed it black. It was like... we looked at him like... You're kidding, right? He says, I think it looks good. Don't I look younger? Dead serious.
Good fellas.
I said, Mike, you got it. No, it was black.
It's too severe, even when women do jet
I know
black.
It was. Oh, God.
Too severe.
All right, listen.
Let's chat.
You were part... I know there's certain things we can't talk about.
Right.
But you were part of what was a real tragedy in the city of Lawrence, Andover, North Andover.
The gas explosions.
5 years ago?
It's going to be 4 years, September 13th.
And you were one of the unfortunate people out of a handful that totally lost your whole house.
Yes.
Can you kind of walk us through what happened that day? First of all, was there anybody home?
There wasn't anybody home, thank God. You know, and that's why I'm like, I was like, okay. Like, we lost our pet, which was tragic for, for my kids.
Yeah.
But I was at work in Boston. My husband's at work at Boston, and our wonderful old neighbor, Louise, called and said, oh, there's just all this black smoke coming out of every one of your windows. And it was like 4:10. Remember, it happened at like 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it just went, when whoever went like this with the gas somewhere, it hit everywhere. And so Bill was like, I got to go home. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, I don't think it's good. So then my mother called me, and people were like, your house is like burning down. So I just left. I was at a photo shoot, just left. And now I'm thinking, oh my God, what if I left the curling iron on? Now at this point, I don't know it's I don't know it's a gas explosion.
That's right.
I think it's just my house. So I put in the radio, and then it's like 11 Herrick Road. We can still hear the police and fire departments talking about my house. And they couldn't get there because it was so busy. There was thousands of houses that were on
having
fire.
problems, yeah.
York, Maine fought my house.
Are you kidding me?
I had 6 different fire departments from 6 different cities at my house. And then the fire hydrant wasn't working. So they didn't get, the timing was everything. So it was kind of already,
So did the house, you lost everything. The house right to the ground?
Well, what happened was, like, you know how your pilot is on down cellar?
Yeah.
And we had an old Dutch Colonial, 1932. So the minute the gas pressure hit, it went right to that flame. And I guess, fire finds the fastest route. So it went up all my closets, china cabinet, walls. So then it went up, and then it went down.
So you lost everything.
I mean, I want to say we lost 95%. We were able to go in and, like, get, like, tubs of pictures that were floating down cellar that I had stored, or, like, we were able to go in our bedroom and, like, wash a pair of earrings if I found it. But, yeah, like, it was a total loss. We couldn't even salvage the foundation of the house. So we had to, it was a total, like...
So you had to relocate, obviously. Where did you guys stay?
Oh, well, the first night, obviously, we went to my brother's. Family. You want to be with family.
Of course.
Because my mother was displaced. She's in Lawrence. But it was just, a lot of people, it was just their cellars and their electrical, like, washer, dryer. So we went to my brother's, and it was fabulous. And then, they have a family, and we were feeling like my son came home from college. My daughter was going to Central. She was a senior. My poor son had to watch it was on CNN, my house. Like, he was at UMaine Orono. So we stayed there for a week, and then, which my brother still wants to get paid for, he says, because insurance was paying for wherever we were.
Of course.
So then we went to a hotel. We went to, we had like a 2-bedroom one near Cracker Barrel. I don't know what the
on
name.
133?
Yeah, and everyone was there. Like, it was like, your house too? So
how long were you there for?
A month.
Really?
I know, and then it was.
Did you eat Cracker Barrel much?
No, we never went once.
No, you didn't?
No. And then, like, we're trying to work. Like, we didn't know what was going to happen to us. So we were like, should we work? Should we not work? It was so stressful. And then
Unbelievable.
We went to a beautiful apartment called The Slate, which is across from the IRS.
Okay.
The newer ones.
Yes, I know those are.
And that was wonderful.
And how long were you there for?
We were there from November to April. But then I was like, I'm not an apartment living person.
Right.
I wanted to find, like, a really cute house for the summer for my kids and to be more homey. So I found this amazing Airbnb in Andover with a yard, and it felt homey. So we moved again.
Wow.
Till we moved into our house in December. So we moved,
Now, so did you rebuild the house, or did you remodel?
The exact same house.
Same house.
We had family meetings, and my kids were like, we want the same house.
So they knocked it down?
Knocked it down fully.
Wow.
And it's the same house, same
footprint.
layout.
So how did you get to, the house was built in 1932. Did you have an architect design what was there?
Well, I have to, shout out to Tom Zaruko.
Tommy's a great builder.
Oh, my God.
Tommy Zarico.
Zarico.
Tommy's a great builder.
I always say Zaruko. But anyway, serendipitously, he fell into our hands. He's a big developer. He doesn't do one house. He was able to, God provides.
Tommy Zarico
Let me tell you how much silver linings. Like, we were fine because we didn't lose anyone.
Right, right.
So we weren't like lying in the grass crying every day. We were like, the 4 of us in our hotel room, we're good.
Exactly.
Some people are not. Like, it snapped us out of any...
Like the family that lost that poor boy.
Never felt like a victim.
Right.
It was just an accident.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we were lucky that everyone survived. So we just built the same layout with a little, I have like a master bathroom. I didn't have that. I had a hot pink bathroom from the 50s. And the kids wanted we just wanted to be made whole. We didn't want anything crazy or extravagant. And it's beautiful. It's fine.
Good for you.
And people, like I tell you, like we were in a hotel and all of a sudden it was like really chilly. And I had to call like court rental if you wanted anything through insurance. It was a lot. Like if I wanted I need another spoon. So it was like.
I mean, they were pretty good. They
awesome.
stepped up.
Everyone stepped up. But clients would be like, I would feel a little chilly, and I'm like, I think I need to go buy comforters, and I'd open the door, and like a client of mine, like,
really
cuddle down, would have, all of a sudden that day things would show up. So that happened to us all the time.
So from start to finish, how long did it take from you to
get back
into your new home?
December 9th of the following year. So a year and 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah, it was long. And now sometimes we're like, oh my God, our house burnt down like 3 years ago. Like we
just amazing.
We were reminded of it so much, but now, like they say, time heals, and it really does. I mean, it does.
That was an amazing time of my family business, obviously Jackson Lumber.
Stop.
Yeah, and I mean, it was like...
I got all my stuff there from my new house.
No, it was just that the business was...
Oh.
We didn't know, the family did not know what direction to go in to help people. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, there was so much
know
around
what to
us. And I mean, you have to understand, we were Jackson was right in the middle of it on Market Street. There's a house 8 doors right across from Hafner's is burning down. Hafner's gas pumps are like on the verge of exploding. It was like crazy.
I know.
It was just a crazy.
It was crazy. But people came in droves
Everybody
to
stepped
help.
up. Everybody stepped up.
And they do. Like, there is 99% fabulousness in that 1% that'll get you every time. And believe me, they do.
You know something? Lisa, that is such a good point.
Yeah.
We read and we see all the bad news in the newspaper, on the internet.
I love good news.
And there are so many more good people than bad people.
I know. And I mean, believe me, we saw the shit too.
Exactly. Yeah.
From people. But the good outweighed it every day.
Right.
Every day. Do you know what I mean? Because nobody wanted to be in that situation, and they didn't know how to, except to just be there. I have to tell you a really quick story.
Sure, go.
King Subs. They're no longer there. They were in Andover, where the post office was, in this little street.
Okay.
He'd been there forever. Rick Pisano, Italian.
Good man.
Arthritis, like you're talking about, right? Fabulous. My daughter works for Les Fleurs, the flower shop right there. Like a week or two later, he goes in there. It was literally on a piece of paper like this. He doesn't know us. He just heard about us. I will feed the Gibbs family for 3 months. Gives it to Hannah, my daughter. I will feed you guys whatever you need.
Wow.
This is a sub shop.
Wow.
He's not doing well. He's got gas issues.
Wow. That's cool.
So I'm like, I say to my husband, what do we just go in and ask for free subs? What do we do? Like we were kind of like, my husband was just crying.
Yeah, you kidding?
Crying. And he went in 3 times. And so anyway, after 6 months, my husband and him were like best buddies.
Best
buddies.
Those are the stories you like to hear.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the stories I want to tell.
No, that's
you know what I mean? But the people are tough out there too. But we came out of it great.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Not to change subjects, but to change subjects.
Absolutely.
Your partner in Valley Girls, what was her name?
Leslie.
How's she doing?
She's fabulous.
You stay in touch with her?
Yeah. Oh my God! I just saw her the other day. Yes. I mean, I would still love to do that, but it was just like we were doing it once a week. I was producing it. I work full time and freelance, so my schedule is constantly changing. I never know when I'm working week to week. A little bit.
Yeah.
But I would have to rearrange everything. And she had a crazy schedule, and then a guest.
Yeah, with 2 people, it's tough, and doing the production also.
And then my house blew up, so then I had to give something up. So, Valley Girls, but you know what? It's still in the back of my mind. That might come back.
I think this concept of senior moments could be a home run for you.
I know. I did do a cable show called Seniors Rock and Sometimes Roll, long time ago, and again, I had 2 little kids. Like I have all these ideas. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But now I really feel like I have extra time.
Good.
You know when your kids get older?
Absolutely. You kidding? Are you kidding?
How many do you have?
4.
Okay.
4. Well, we have 4 kids. We have 7 grandchildren now.
Oh my God.
So now we're into the Little League again,
which they say is fabulous.
You know something? I like my grandkids. I like them all better than my kids.
Exactly.
You know, I mean,
is there anything better than watching a
No
Little
doubt.
League game on a beautiful night, like a beautiful spring night?
No, I mean, you kidding? Soccer. Watching my granddaughter play soccer. She's fabulous. My grandson playing Little League and basketball. We love it.
I know.
And you know something? We really enjoy. It's not like it's like an obligation that we have to do it.
No.
We look forward. You know, we have a chairs in the back of the car.
Yep.
And just drive there, break out the chairs, and sit there and watch
Got
a
his
game.
prednisone and his drink.
And a
He's
nice
like,
summer
I'm ready
night.
to go.
No, we don't tailgate. We do not tailgate.
I would.
We don't tailgate. All right, listen, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, see how it flies by.
I know.
When we come back, I want to talk to you about the business that you're really like. Anchor Artist, is that what it's called?
Anchorartist.com.
I want to talk about Anchor Artist.
Awesome, that would be great.
Hang in there, we'll be right back.
La 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 la.
You know, Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and we can never agree. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with great Italian cuisine, Capri Seaside Italian Grill. Me, I love the elegant romantic vibe, Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu with prices that'll make it the place you want to visit every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf and the rhythms of an even cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites in the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Music Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all these great places, and they treat everyone like they're Mike Lomazzo. And best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once and all of this fun is right at your fingertips. We can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out about all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at NorthshorePavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
Hi, this is Mike, and I would like to tell you about the Deborah Care Law Offices, a firm that is focused on estate planning, probate, trust administration, and elder law issues. You will feel comfortable discussing important issues concerning both you and your loved ones, as well as having the information you need to make an informed decision about your family's future. How do I know? Because I'm a client of Dan Deborah Care. If you want to have peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are protected, call Deborah Care Law Offices today. In Massachusetts, 978-686-4645. In New Hampshire, 603-894-4141.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
This is Cindy,
And Mike Kunstler,
owners of Grazie Italian Restaurant in Dracut, Massachusetts.
the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
In addition to spectacular views overlooking our golf course, we have an incredible Italian chef, Benny Curti.
Benny was born and raised in Italy and came to be our executive chef in 2013.
Benny is so passionate about cooking. If you haven't experienced the food at Grazie Italian Restaurant, you're truly in for a treat.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club.
Okay, we are back for our final segment with Lysa Pellitier-Gibbs.
That went by so fast.
I know, doesn't it go by
Final
quickly?
segment. Sounds depressing.
Hey, tell us about Anchor Artists. This is like what you do in your real life,
real
which
life.
is very cool, by the way.
Yeah, well, thank you.
$1,500 a day, I'll take it. I'm sorry. You were saying?
AnchorArtist.com. Anyway, it's an agency that specializes in representing people in the creative field, like hair and makeup, for photo shoots, for TV, for film, for print advertising. So it's hair and makeup, food stylist, wardrobe and set stylist, which is what I am.
So what do you, I was going to say that. What exactly do you do? Do you set up the shoot?
Everything.
You bring in props?
Yeah, like right now I'm working on a Chadwick's catalog, which is a women's fashion catalog, and I do all the background, which is all the set design, paintings, flowers, anything you see in the background, and dress the model and make sure the clothing looks great. So anything that has to do with the model or the set is what I do. But some clients, it's just the set. Some clients, it's just the kids, like if it's a kids shoot, like Hasbro playing a game. So I could do a magazine editorial one week and then do a New Balance ad.
Do you ever use guys?
All the time. Casual male, big and tall. Hon. We fly in.
Older guys?
We fly in all the ex-football players around from
Do you
the
really?
country.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You know who I worked with was a body double for Gronk.
Oh, really?
He was a big and tall model. So, and he looked just like, his hands were like, rah, you know what I mean?
So you go from place to place. You don't know where you're going to be for a shoot.
No, and like my agency will call and say, Lysa, I see that we have a huge calendar. I see that you're not booked Thursday and Friday. New Balance is calling. Do you want to do whatever? Do you want to do a fashion shoot for them? You're off that day. I said, sure.
Do you do much for New Balance?
I did. Oh my God, I used to do it forever and ever. But then a lot of people went in-house, which means they realized financially it was easier to get a studio built in their building. New Balance has a huge new building.
Yeah.
Hire photographers full-time, hire stylists full-time. But now I do occasionally still do their lookbooks and an occasional photo shoot. I did like a month ago. So I love them as a client. They're fabulous.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. And I love my work. I don't know when, I don't know, like getting older, we talked about seniors. In my industry, obviously, it's a very youth-oriented, and I feel like everyone's nipping at my ass already to take...
Really?
Yeah,
I can see. At that age, I could see that.
And I want to be like, how long are people going to want me around?
So now what you have to do is you start your own company and have them work for you.
I know, that's true. Oh, I would never leave Anchor.
Oh, really?
Well...
Where are they out of Boston?
They're out of Newton, yeah. But the thing is, having a rep is fabulous because they can get me work while I'm working.
Oh.
It's almost like having an agent. They're my agent.
Right.
So, like, if I'm not getting paid by someone, they get the means to get the money. Like, I don't want to go home and, like, have to deal with billing things out.
They do that all for you.
They do everything.
And send you
but they
your
take
check.
a percentage, which is fine.
Yeah, who cares?
They take a little percentage of my day rate, but that's fine. It's worth it.
Now, how many Lysas are there that work for them?
Oh, they probably have 10 Boston-based stylists and Miami, New York, Chicago stylists too that you could go on their website.
But you stay in this area.
I do. I used to travel before kids. Let's go. Because everyone's shooting Miami during the winter.
Sure.
Everyone goes to Florida or California.
Yeah.
But once I had kids, I was like, no.
I'm staying here.
I just didn't like traveling when I had kids. I didn't want to miss out on anything.
You had a couple of questions for me.
All right, this logo, this Sicilian corner logo with the 3 legs.
Well, it's not the Sicilian corner
Why?
logo.
Where does that come from?
It's called the Trinacria. It's the
Can you
symbol.
spell that if you were in a spelling bee?
Trinacria, Trinacria. And I just happened to do a little research because you asked me.
Yes.
And we know about it, but this is the actual what it is. The Trinacria contains 3 bent legs, which come together to form a triangle. And the 3 legs symbolize the capes of Sicily, Paloro, Pesaro, yes, at the perimeter of Sicily. And these are specifically the legs belonging to a woman because they serve as a metaphor for the sensual, breathtaking beauty of Sicily.
I'm aghast. I'm like this.
The leafy flourishes that sit between the legs represent the agricultural richness of Sicily. The head of, who the woman is? Medusa. The head of Medusa, which dominates the center of the symbol, represents protection and resilience.
That's right.
This meaning can be traced back through Greek mythology and the story of the Greek Gorgon Medusa.
Now, did you know all this?
I knew, yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I mean,
It's very
Sicily,
female-oriented.
Sicily is, Sicily has been conquered like a million times.
Yeah.
But most Sicilians have some Greek blood in them.
Right.
So.
Now, the fact that it's a woman's 3 legs, and I want to do a photo shoot and try to see if I can figure this out with yoga.
I think you should. Oh, there you go.
Right? We do a photo shoot that reenacts this?
You could do that.
Are you Sicilian?
I am.
Okay.
I am full-blooded Sicilian.
Is there a big deal? Is still arguments in Italy?
Well,
Is it still going on?
You know something? Sicilians,
Are you pains in the asses?
kind of.
Are you noted for that?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
I mean, Sicilians, for whatever reason, Sicilians and Italians, and I know, again, there's a lot of people that watch us that are half Sicilian, half Neapolitan, but for some reason, full-blooded Sicilians look at themselves as we're full-blooded Sicilians.
You're the best.
Not just Italians.
Right.
You know something? I mean...
Are you full-blooded Sicilians?
I am.
Okay. I'm full-blooded Canadian.
I am.
But people think I'm Italian.
So what do you mean, Canadian French?
Yeah, French-Canadian.
Are you really?
My mother was... I just had to take her to get her license renewed. And she doesn't have a birth certificate because she was born in an attic in Canada somewhere.
Do you know where they're from?
Drummondville, a little small town outside of Quebec.
It's too cold up there.
I know.
It's too freaking cold.
But anyway, what is the biggest misconception you think people have of
The mafia.
Italians?
Of the Sicilians or Italians?
Sicilians and then Italians.
Well, I think the mafia thing it has been blown way out of proportion.
Right.
Now, does the mafia exist? Yes. Did it exist? Yes. But
are you in it?
No.
Do you know people in it?
I did.
Yep. In
And-
Boston?
Yes.
Yes.
And but the entire mafia thing now over the years has been watered down.
It's fizzled out a little
in
bit.
In Sicily, it's a different story because in Sicily, since day one, they don't call it the mafia, but let's put it this way: every store owner, every restaurant has to pay a tax.
A mafia tax.
Call it what you want. Call it what you want. And the government kind of turns a blind eye to that.
Even though everyone knows about it.
But on the other side of the coin, the government, again, Al could explain this much more, my brother, because he lives there. The government really has stepped on the violent part of the mafia. Of the mafia, or like Cosa Nostra, whatever the hell you want to call it.
So if you don't pay up your tax, they don't go in your bodega or whatever it is and blow you up anymore.
Right.
I mean, maybe it still happens. I don't know.
Right. I mean, I'm not sure what happens.
You watched the whole Sopranos, I'm sure.
No, I wasn't a big Sopranos fan.
No? Okay.
I wasn't a big Sopranos fan.
Right, because do you think it was just overdone?
I'll tell you what, though, The Godfather was just from a cultural standpoint, they were dead on.
Like as far as being Italian.
Dead on. Like Marlon Brando, people don't realize it. Marlon Brando was, I don't know what nationality he is, Scandinavian or some, right? Marlon Brando nailed it dead on, where everybody that I know said, there's a piece of my grandfather in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, then you feel better because
just
it's a
amazing.
legacy. That movie's a legacy.
It was just amazing.
Right.
And what transpired with the job he did, and not only that, but some of the little bit players. Like you remember the movie?
Yeah.
You remember the wedding scene when they had the old man up there singing, right? I mean,
That's what you did.
That was like my grandfather. That was my grandfather. And then there was another scene where Tessio, a little 4-year-old girl, is standing on his feet. And he's dancing with her.
Oh, yeah.
My sister used to do that with my grandfather in our living room.
Right.
He'd put on music, and she'd step on his feet, and they'd be dancing
Little things
around
like that, though, are so important
Amazing.
in a movie.
Amazing.
You know?
So.
All right. So do you feel like all Italians feel like they have to get along with one another? Because you're Italian.
No, I don't think so. As a matter of fact, I think that's part of the problem because, especially with Sicilians.
Yeah.
Sicilians have a hard time forgiving.
Which is like...
That's a tough one.
Forgiving is the most important thing to get on in life.
Yeah, and for some reason, I know I'm going to get some flack on this. I think
That's what we want.
Sicilians have a hard time
moving past some stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, well,
moving past, like for whatever reason, if some kid screwed you in
grammar school,
in 8th grade and stole your wallet, you're never going to forgive that kid, and you're going to do everything you can to get back at him someday.
And I don't mind
it's like ridiculous.
Not having anything to do with them, but as long as you don't have the angst, because that just makes you unhealthy. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, you can't keep it
Do we still have time? We have time for a few more questions?
Yeah, we do.
All right. I got to talk about chicken parm.
Chicken parm is an American dish.
Not Italian?
No.
All right. Because why some people do it super thick, and then some restaurants super thin? And why can I do it better than some of the best Italian restaurants around, which really makes me upset?
You can do it better?
Yes,
So can
and
I.
I'm not even Italian.
So can I.
Well, should you do it?
Well,
thin, thick, sauce, cheese?
We do it both ways. What we do is, first of all, for chicken cutlets, do you use breast or do you use thighs?
Aren't they always the breast?
That's the big mistake. Use thighs. Use boneless thighs because chicken breasts are too dry.
Dry.
If you use a chicken thigh...
See, I knew I had to ask this question.
And you know, the late Jimmy Accurcio, who was a gourmet chef, turned us on to that about 20 years ago.
Chicken thighs.
Use a boneless...
You've heard it here.
Use a boneless chicken and
pound it.
Pound it. It is so much... the moisture is perfect.
Oh, my God.
A chicken breast gets too dry.
That is because I do a really good chicken parm, and I'm always worried it's going to be too dry. So I'm in and out of the oven like a crazy person.
Boneless
All right.
thigh.
All right, meatballs.
Meatballs.
Big or tiny?
I make mine big.
Okay.
I make mine medium size, and my recipe is my mother's and my grandmother's, and we've always gotten great
All right, so
reviews.
tell me if I'm wrong. Egg.
Yep.
Oregano.
Yep.
A little Parmesan
Yep.
in the meatball.
Yep.
Basil.
No, I don't use it. Yeah, you can use basil. I use it once in a while.
Garlic.
Yep.
Onion.
Yep. Onion you can do away with once in a while.
Breadcrumbs.
Yep.
That's it?
But what do? What do you add to that mixture?
I know. I need to know. Because my son is obsessed with my sister-in-law's meatballs. And I try to trick him and say, Auntie Lino brought these over. And he's like, no, they're not hers. Because I try to make them better.
What I do...
And he knows it's not hers.
Well, the thing to do, everything you're doing is right.
Yeah.
Except two things. If you don't want them too mushy. In other words, you want them to have substance when they come out of the sauce. So, number one, always add a little sauce to the mixture of meat.
Oh, wow. Okay.
A little sauce, the Hunts.
Yeah.
A little half of a Hunts, pour it in there, and then
mix it with it.
Get the sauce in there with it. That's
Yeah.
number one. And number two, the consistency has to be really, really good. So you either have to add more breadcrumbs, more egg.
How about the meat? Veal, pork, regular hamburger, or just hamburger?
No, well,
Beef.
It's a matter of taste. 80% you want it. You don't want stuff
You want a little fat.
Yep.
Yep.
Some people use half beef and half veal. I use beef.
How about sautéing them beforehand?
That is key.
Okay, I do that.
You have to brown them. But you see, here's the other thing.
In olive oil?
Yes. But here's the thing when you brown them, in my opinion.
I think I am Italian then.
When you brown them, a lot of people will take the meatball and brown one side of it, and then with a spoon, flip it, and brown the other side of it.
Instead of...
And the perimeter of it is still raw. You have to brown the entire meatball.
I'm constantly turning.
You have to.
Boom, boom. It's a pain in the ass, but it's good.
It is. And then once you do that, drop it in your sauce. 4 hours.
Really?
4 hours.
Okay. I'm excited.
Then after the 4 hours, but here's the key. Again, some people are going to disagree with me. What I do, and this was taught to me by my mother and my grandmother, and it's the thing that makes the difference.
Okay.
Let it cool down.
The sauce?
Yeah, let it cool down.
Yeah.
Get it to room temp.
Yep.
And put it in the refrigerator overnight. Serve it the next day.
I'm exhausted.
Serve it the next day.
Why?
Because the everything, the flavor is, it's just percolates.
But did you go into your grandmother's every Sunday and there was meatballs smelling in the air and you just wanted to eat them?
Yeah, but
right then?
we never had just pasta and meatballs. Never.
Okay.
We had pasta with meat sauce. So we'd have meatballs. We'd have veal. We'd have pork. We'd have everything in there.
Everything.
Just
yeah,
it was fabulous. Hey, we got about 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
All right. Your website. You don't have a website. But if people want to get on to a senior moment, how do they do it?
Check out my Instagram at Senior Moments Podcast.
What if they don't know what Instagram is?
All right, then just email me.
What about YouTube?
YouTube? I don't know. How can you send messages through YouTube? I'm a senior.
Well, actually, that's not
I don't
true. You
know.
can share, can't you?
Well, email me at myseniormomentspodcast@gmail.com.
One more time.
My Senior Moments Podcast @gmail.com. And just let me know who's in your life that I can talk to and who's fabulous, which everybody has a story and a good story.
Awesome.
Even if it's a bad story, we want to hear it.
I can't thank you enough.
Oh my God.
We had fun.
I had so much fun.
And you're gonna come back.
Yes, I'm going to make meatballs.
Maybe Mikey should go on vacation for
I want to do it with Mikey.
Oh.
Can I be in the middle?
Yeah, you can.
All right.
I'll have you.
Yeah.
Actually, if that's the case, you could come in with Father Mikey.
I'll wear a habit.
Sister Good and Plenty already. He always. Father.
Oh, I wanted to ask you about your book. That's why I have to come back.
Okay.
Let me see your book.
This one?
Yeah.
That's.
Bless me, sister. There I am, right here, making out with my high school sweetheart.
There you go.
But even though I went to an all-girls school.
All right, my dear. Thanks for coming.
All right, thank you so much for
to
having
our viewers
me,
and
everybody.
Listeners, check us out on YouTube, every place out. And remember, if you can't make fun of yourself, please do not make fun of anyone.
Oh,
Have
my
a great
God.
week.
All right. Bye.
Audio Jungle.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.